What the hell is he doing?
Making lunch.
Hi, boss. I'm making spaghetti for you. You know the difference between Italian food and Chinese food?
No, what?
$5 per person.
Vicento, affon.
Afang? I went to school with him. His brother named Achu.
Amaronna.
Amaron. I don't know him. Freddy, that Toyota didn't even stop for me. I was once run over by a Toyota. Oh, what a feeling.
Johnny Yune was born Yoon Jong-sung on October 22, 1936 in South Korea. He came to the United States in 1962 on an ROK Navy scholarship and studied vocal music at Ohio Wesleyan University. Having a passion for comedy, though, Yoon started practicing a stand-up routine in 1964 at various clubs in New York. There he was discovered by Johnny Carson, the king of late-night television, and was invited to appear in his show. This turned out to be a big break for Yoon, not only for the opportunity to appear on The Tonight Show, which in itself was a big deal, but because scheduled guest Charlton Heston was late to the scheduled time slot. Carson gave Yoon a full 20 minutes to do his routine because of this, which included his stand-up and Yoon singing a rendition of O Solo Mio. Carson liked Yoon's performance, so much so that, even though Yoon is not that well remembered today by younger generations, he appeared 34 times on The Tonight Show, making him one of the most frequent guests of all time. In 1977, Yoon briefly appeared in a walk-on role playing a Korean soldier on an episode of the hit TV show MASH. He went on to play a bit part as a Mongolian in the 1979 movie Meteor, and in the 1981 comedy Cannonball Run, he played a TV talk show host, an ironic role given what was to come later in his career. Then in 1982 came a defining moment for Yoon as he finally nabbed a starring role in the comedy hit They Call Me Bruce. Starring alongside Margot Hemingway, the granddaughter of the famous writer Ernest Hemingway, They Call Me Bruce was a silly parody of kung fu movies which had been popular for years. This is the vehicle that I first remember seeing Yoon in as a child, and I still love this movie to this day. He also starred in the 1987 sequel, They Still Call Me Bruce, but this movie was vastly less well received than the original. In 1988, he performed alongside Brooke Shields and Bob Hope at the Summer Olympics in Seoul, Korea. In 1989, another significant moment in Yoon's career happened as he hosted an Americanized-style talk show in Korea called The Johnny Yune Show on KBS, the Korean broadcasting system. This was the first time that an American-style talk show was broadcast in Korea, and it became a big success. Despite that, though, Yoon walked away from the role after only a year because of his frustrations with the limited freedom of the Korean media, constantly interfering with his show. Yoon was also briefly involved in politics as he was an alternate delegate at the '88 Republican National Convention, where he also sang the national anthem. He also was appointed auditor of the Korea Tourism Organization in 2014 and held that position for 2 years. Yoon had become a U.S. citizen in '78, but regained his Korean citizenship in 2013. In 2017, Yoon was diagnosed with dementia. He died on March 8, 2020, at the age of 83. As per his wishes, his body was donated to science. Johnny Yune was a successful comedian, writer, and actor that has mostly been lost to time. Despite this, though, his legacy of frequent appearances on The Tonight Show, his successful stand-up at a time when embracing an Asian comedian was still unusual, his parodical cult classic movie, and his attempts to introduce Western-style talk shows to the East will not be forgotten by those who remember him. One of my favorite movies to this day is still They Call Me Bruce. I still put it on at least once a year and watch it, and it still makes me laugh. For Johnny Yune, they definitely called him more than just Bruce. They also called him a pioneer. I'm Triceratops. Thanks for watching this brief look at Johnny Yune, a forgotten pioneer in the annals of comedy past.